So the big question is this. How entrepreneurs like us who have been breaking with old beliefs, like the idea of holding a 9-to-5 job and living paycheck to paycheck, taking a lifetime to reach business and life success as the only option we have? How do we grow our business in a way that lets us highly service our customers, getting our products and services and the things that we believe in out into the world without diluting our life but enhancing it and taking the journey of internal and external growth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Your host is Marina Simon, and welcome to 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again.
Hi guys, Marina Simon here. Part 2 of the 16 lessons I learned from Mr. Russell Brunson, the creator of ClickFunnels and one of the biggest marketeers, I guess, in the present times. So we exposed 8 of the first lessons that I learned on our past podcast. So today we're going to wrap up the last 8 lessons. So here's the first one of today. You need to break the pattern and get attention. So effective marketing and advertisement disrupt and grab your ideal customers' attention. This is particularly important on social media when people are mindlessly scrolling down, right? Have you seen people like just watching their social media, right? Most likely you go out in the streets and you see people just doing that on their phone. If you see the advertisements of Russell Brunson, if you have had any opportunity to see it in any of the social media platforms, you'll notice that his ads are purposely disruptive. You see it and boom, you stop. They're meant to be that way for the people who are just scrolling down, right? To make you stop. And that is a good thing to follow because then you get attention. Once you get attention, you can communicate with your ideal customer. Now, he does this because he knows that you can't drive leads and sales without getting people's interest and attention. So attention is everything in this business. That's why we all need to work on it because it's a skill. It's a skill to be disruptive. It's a skill to stop in your breaks, right? You're scrolling down, and then you're seeing all these different things, and then all of a sudden, bam, you stop, right? It's also why, you try to aim to be different in your marketing and advertisement, right? If you are similar to the others, people are just going to continue, but they're not going to get stopped on their tracks. And then look at what you have to say. So before you have to communicate, you have to grab the person's attention. Okay. Next point. Keep it native. Okay. Some people, what they do is just repurpose identical content on every platform, right? So they do it on Facebook, now Instagram, TikTok, any other platform, that is out there. Every platform has different characteristics. Some of them, like Pinterest, right? Pinterest will be something that you really, really want to have outstanding pictures. You showcase things. Instagram is also kind of showcase small text, right? Or less text. Facebook, you can do a little bit more of text and as well video. But let's see, YouTube, you can do long videos in YouTube. People go to YouTube to watch tutorials. So keep it native. Make it, you can use, your same content, but you have to twinkle it around in order to keep it per the purpose of the platform, in order to be digested or consumed by your ideal customer. Very good. Next point. It's what you do before you ask for the sale. That's what's important. While your sales or page video is continuously persuading your customer to buy, or is a persuasion vehicle, is not the only factor, right? Your sales video or your sales copy. What matters the most is what happens before a prospect gets to your sales page. Russell says, the sequence is what salespeople it's all of the indoctrination pieces. It's what happens ahead of time to pre-frame them, to set them up in a certain situation, right? Or get them ready, warm them up. It's the social media posts and the blogs and the ads. It gets them prepared and warmed up to buy. Your sales letter or webinar stack might be incredible, but if you do the sequence right, they are going to buy whether your pitch sucks or not. Russell Brunson. Right? So it's everything. It adds up, right? He permeates the market. He warms you up that when he presents you that irresistible offer, he just closes you. This comes down to the framing, positioning, and seating. You must establish rapport and interest before they see your sales message. You're warming the guy up. It begins with your organic content, and then it has to continue with your advertising. You want to prime your prospect early, and that will make sales easier because the guy is already interested. The guy is already looking. The guy already heard from you. So when you show up in the front and show him this amazing offer, he's not cold, right? As a customer, and he's just warming up with your sales letter. He's already warm or hot. So he goes you just go for the close. Make sense? Okay. Very good. If he has already heard from you and he has seen, the effects you can create or your product or, services, when he arrives to your offer, he closes, It's not that you have to do a huge amount of work in order to do that because you already did the work before that. Very good. Next point. Make decisions based on market feedback, not your opinion or theories. This is one of the biggest points I've learned and one of the biggest mistakes I've seen around, and also I've committed myself in the past. So what happens is we tend to listen a lot to advice, quote unquote, right? Our family members, our friends, the people we know. Hey, I don't think they will buy that product from you, or I think you should change the presentation, or I think that color is not the best for that kind of product, or I think you should change the way your logo looks or your website looks, or I think the price is too high or the price is too low. Guess what? You do not make decisions based on anything else except market feedback. The rest are opinions or theories. Nothing is known in business until it receives market feedback. That applies to your products, marketing and advertising. You must seek market feedback so you can iterate on everything. If you don't, your business is still on nothing but opinions and theories. And you don't want a business on opinions or theories because guess what? It's not going to be successful. You're not going to be able to serve your ideal client. Opinions and theories don't pay the bills, isn't it? You have to test your opinions and theories. You must get real market feedback. That's what you need to listen to. You listen only to your market. Don't be scared because it's the only way to grow your business, right? So you sell and you listen to your market. Are they returning your products? Are they asking you to change something? Are they not buying? Right? Are they just clicking certain pages, but they're not continuing on their journey on your website? So you listen to all those communications from your ideal customer, and if you listen to it, then you can develop the perfect product for that ideal customer. Okay, very good. Have you ever seen, there's some business owners that are, that maybe just need a little bit more of education regarding that. It's like, no, my product is perfect. How come my customers don't like it? And I don't understand Mrs. Smith, she just complains about this and that. They don't understand that is a jewel and a gift, having those feedbacks. It's good to hear that they like your product. You're doing things right. But if you don't want to go broke. You want to listen so you can fix and model that product or communication so you can be in business. So it's really a gift, the feedback of your market. All right. Next point. Use scarcity. Unfortunately, internet marketeers have abused scarcity beyond belief. Some internet marketeers use fake scarcity to get people to buy their products. This is not right. Right? Have you seen, this is the last hour that we're going to sell you this, and the clock is ticking down and this and that. And you know, and then you come back the next day and the product's still on the same price. So lying doesn't work on PR nor marketing. And truly enough, doesn't work anywhere in life. Be truthful. Be honest. If you're going to use scarcity, make sure you comply to your own scarcity. Right? If you decide to use scarcity, it must be real. Otherwise, it's nothing but deception. You don't want deception on your products. Let's say you say, only one left in stock. Order soon, right? So you see it. And then you come back, it's like, well, it hasn't bought. If you're going to use scarcity, make sure you're real. Persuasion and deception are not the same thing. Now, Russell knows that scarcity is key to driving sales based on what, I've seen from him. It's genuine. He uses it. Like just recently, I was doing a little course from him, and he was offering this, this kind of website for people to teach, to deliver coaching, right? He has a whole platform for coaching. And for people to come in, either you coach guitar lessons, or you coach cooking lessons, or you coach people how to don't get their heart broken with their significant others, or how to better relationships with others, etc. So he offered this deal, right? It was $999. So he says, okay, so this deal is going to be up for the next 3 days. It's going to be done Monday morning. And guess what? Monday morning arrived and the deal was off. And that's the way you need to operate. If you don't comply with your own agreements, people stop believing you, right? So that truly creates a scarcity, because next time that he has another offer similar to that one, people know that either they take it or it's going to be off the market. So then it really will impinge in the right way. And again, you don't want to use lies in PR, marketing, or life. All right. So there are many ethical ways to tap into this principle. You can use deadlines, right? Like, okay, I have 3 more days and then I will pull the deal off. You can use limited time discounts. You have 24 hours and then you put, a sparring clock. Or you can do sparring bonuses as well, right? You can do a 50% off until tomorrow at midnight. Or you can do limited quantities. You can say, I have 10 left, but you really have 10 left, right? Or even limited spots available. If you have a webinar, or if you have a coaching, or if you have, something that requires the presence of people, really expose what are the limited spots available and really make sure that it's real. Now, it all depends on the type of product that you sell, right? Find ways to leverage scarcity in real way whenever you can. It dramatically can boost your sales. In my experience, I've seen he uses a lot of that, and truly it works. I've seen it also on infomercials. Sometimes infomercials abuse it, but sometimes not. Sometimes some of the people are real and are honest. But if you use it, make sure you use it real. And truly, I've seen it works. It really boosts your sales. Okay, next point. Create a movement. He is master at this. So one thing that he does better than most people is building a movement, a community around his community. A community around his products. The ClickFunnels community is super connected and the community is strong, right? He really creates a movement. The people that are on ClickFunnels, man, they follow him. They are loyal customers of him. That's all the doing of Russell, right? As a result, ClickFunnels community creates a powerful network effect. He has around, how many at this point? 17,000 users? I think he's around that quantity. In other words, ClickFunnels customers are also their biggest salespeople because they become, how do you call this word? Well, they become the persons their own that sells ClickFunnels, right? Affiliates. Imagine having thousands of salespeople that work for you. That's what happens when you build a strong community, right? And a good affiliate program. You can create that. And you create people that are selling your product for you. Makes sense? So let's see that you sell an amazing product. Let's see that you are, I'm a woman. So let's see that you sell an amazing line of creams, right? An amazing, outstanding line of creams. And so we all have, want to look younger or look better, this and that. And your product is outstanding. So what's going to happen is if you create an affiliate product, I will be interested in selling it. because I want to help my friends. And if I can get a commission from giving and helping others through that product, I will. So if I truly believe in your movement, if you really create more than a product, you create that movement, you create the fresh face movement, become young, become fresh, become natural and healthy. And there's a whole movement that really, really, really helps people. And let's see that you even donate a part amount to, stop with human trafficking or stop, hurting animals. And you really, there's a whole ideal behind your service or product. I tell you, there's people that is going to follow you and they will want to sell that because they believe in that. It's amazing how purpose works. If you align with the purpose of your ideal customer, they'll follow you to the end of life. It's not about a product. So interesting. Okay, next point. Embrace imperfect action. This is one of my favorites. Take imperfect action, but take action. Some people take forever to launch a product. My logo is not perfect. My product needs a little bit more of handling because I don't think it's still there. I don't think I can sell this. Or my webinar still needs some ironing. No, guys. Get out of there. Get yourself in action, even if it's imperfect, but get it done. No actions are perfect. No products are perfect. Nothing is perfect. Maybe except you as a spiritual being. But nothing is really perfect. You can aim for perfection, but at a certain point you must put your work out. You see, you shouldn't sell something that is defective. That is for sure, because it's going to backflash you in the face. But if you have something that is a good product, just launch it, guys. Get it out in the market. And as you sell it, you will continue to receive more information on how to make it better. Because at the end of the day, you don't know how good or bad something is until people interact with it, right? You really, really need to, again, listen to your market. Imperfect action means you create the minimum viable product and test it as soon as possible. Let the market vote with their credit cards and tell you whether you should spend more time and money on it. Imperfect action builds more millionaires than perfection. Every day of the week. Russell Brunson. Once again, make sure your decisions are based on real market feedback. Create and iterate on your product based on how customers are using it and the feedback they're giving you. Again, listen to your market. Stop guessing, stop trying to be creative, quote unquote. Embrace imperfect action like he does. And you'll achieve truly insane results. So if you are launching a product, if you are doing a seminar, if you are selling a product, if you are, somehow getting a service or product out to service your community, get it out, guys. It will never be perfect enough. But guess what? If you launch it, it will start to be perfect because you will start listening to your perfect customer and he'll tell you exactly what he needs and wants. Okay. Look around and he's right. Look at the millionaires, that they're around. If you see them, they just get in action, man. They stop figuring and thinking. There's no thinking in their universe. There's only action. And action takes them where they need to go. And they perfect it on the road. They don't perfect it staying, in their little location or home. They perfect it on the road, getting out there. Okay. 16, fire yourself. Get rid of yourself, right? How do you do that? The goal of every business owner should be to build a business that isn't reliant on them. The only way to do that is through building systems and hiring the right people. So what do? You start as an entrepreneur and you work yourself up as a CEO of the company or your product, right? So if you only, on the ground doing the product, you never get out and grow enough your product because there's so much of you, right? You have 24 hours a day. But guess what? If you create systems and you hire the right people, you multiply yourself and you can deliver more product. I'll give you an example. Let's see that you are selling shoes, right? So let's see, you make shoes and you sell them, right? You can make so many pairs of shoes on the day, right? And you can sell so many pairs of shoes. But how about if you hire somebody to make your shoes? And how about you hire, as you increase your sales, let's say that you're selling one pair of shoes a day. That's as much as you can handle per the 24 hours a day, right? Minus the time you sleep. So let's see that now you hire somebody to make your shoes and you hire a salesperson. Well, he might be selling 10 a day, right? And then your guy that is producing can create 10 a day. But let's see that now people really want your shoes. So now you can hire another salesperson and he can sell another 10 a day. So that's 20 a day. And then your guy that is producing now starts producing 20 a day. So you start increasing your production and service into the market, right? You're servicing better. You're increasing the service to the community. Okay, so that's regarding the right people. Now, how about systems? I'll give you a little example. Let's see that you're coaching people one-on-one, right? So there's, again, 24 hours a day. So you can coach, let's see that you coach 10 persons, right? But let's see that you put a system where you are perfectioning your coaching and you create videos to coach everybody. So guess what happened? You can set up your course as a video course. And even when you're sleeping, people will be doing your courses, maybe on the other side of the planet, right? When there's day and you're sleeping. So you can multiply the service and the people you help with setting up systems. Russell has surrounded himself with really top players who help his company achieve, his goals. He realized that he can only go so far himself. Again, you have only one you, right? And you have 24 hours a day. But if you know how to play your cards with people and systems, you can multiply yourself 1 million times. So we can all learn from his operational excellence. We all need other people to achieve our crazy goals or our wide goals in life. So that will be the last point. Now, last words about Russell, right? Russell has achieved tremendous success in business and entrepreneurship. But here's the deal. He has dedicated himself to craft a long time this, right? He has been patient and he has really invested a lot. It doesn't come again overnight. That's the only way to achieve mastery in anything. You just work at it. You study it, you clear any words you don't understand, and you drill it until you become a master on it, right? But you must be willing to do this work every day. That's all. Right? You also have to be willing to do it for an indefinite amount of time. The biggest factor that people disregard in the field of success is the total time invested. People sometimes they just want the magic wand, and guess what guys? The magic wand does not exist. You are the magic wand and you produce what you want to produce in life. In other words, achieving success in whatever you're doing takes time, and there's no way around it. If you expect to be successful overnight, in a year or even a couple of years, you might not expect, or you might not have what you really are expecting. So just put the efforts, right? Compound them over time, and that will lead you to more success. Ultimately, the more you act and learn, the more effective you become. The more effective you become, the easier success becomes.
Thanks for joining us today on 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again. We love always hearing from you. Please feel free to send Marina an email, marina@marinasimonbrand.com. Your input and comments are always welcome, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you like the podcast, you can always subscribe to it. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it.